there's a very interesting story about how God created the world. He was making bread and he took it out of the oven too early, and that's how white people were created.
Pakistan, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, એટલે કે આ ઉપરના દેશો પણ અખંડ ભારતના જ ભાગ હતા.
At the center of the Hindu revisionist project is the complete overhaul of the country's education system. Gujarat is a very interesting model. Many people consider the state a laboratory for the gradual saffronization of India's education policy. Hello. In June 2014, the Gujarat government introduced a set of 10 textbooks for primary schools. They were immediately criticized for their biased interpretation of history and geopolitics.
Pakistan, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, એટલે કે આ ઉપરના દેશો પણ અખંડ ભારતના જ ભાગ હતા.
The teacher is cautious in front of our cameras, but a closer look at the content of her textbooks is revealing. Most lessons revolve around the idea of Indian supremacy. For example, on page 22 of a book called Prernadeep 3, there's a very interesting story about how God created the world. He was making bread and he took it out of the oven too early, and that's how white people were created. The second time round, he left it in the oven too long, and that's how Negroes were born. The book uses the word Negro. And then the last time round, he learned from his two previous mistakes and took the bread out just in time, and that's how Indians were created. The books were written by a prominent RSS member and ideologue, Dinanath Batra. Since the BJP was elected, Batra has been appointed to a committee making recommendations on the country's new education policy.
Mughals or Mohammedans, a sword in one hand and the Quran in another, they tried to convert Hindus into Muslims, but Christians did not use the sword. They used education. In our history books, there are no points to be proud of. So our glorious chapters are diminished and they are not in sight. So I want saffronization of the whole country and whole education.
Do you think each and every textbook being used in Indian schools today should be rewritten?
Yes.
Prime Minister Modi has repeatedly